Thank you. I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Board of Selectmen for January 6, 2026 at 7 p.m. Let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, I would accept a motion, any public comments? Go ahead.
Nick Ellis, 13th Lawn Road, also a member of the Board of Finance, but I'd like to speak on a couple of things tonight. I want to thank the Park and Rec for doing a sidewalk that hasn't done all year. And I think the first selectman facilitated it today. I saw people walking over snowbanks, and that's a little discouraging. When we have the first selectman that's going to fine people $50, I think all of our town sidewalks should be done. So I do appreciate the effort today. Also, on the Board of Finance, 10 months ago, we approved money for flashing caution lights at crosswalks they deemed unsafe. I watched somebody almost get hit over the weekend, and it's been 10 months that the crosswalk lights have not been put up. And maybe someone can make a motion to put that on the agenda and let the public know why they've not gotten there. We know there's a safety issue, and it takes 10 months to do it. And if someone's going to get hurt, we're going to look like a fool if we approved that money 10 months ago. So if someone can speak on that, or maybe make it an agenda tonight. So thank you for your time.
Okay. Any other public comments? Seeing none. Any correspondence, Mary?
No.
Okay. First up, we have minutes. I would accept a motion to approve the Board of Selectmen regular meeting minutes from December 16, 2025.
So moved.
And so we have two moves. Will you be a second?
I will be a second.
Outstanding. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. I would accept a motion to approve the Board of Selectmen special meeting minutes from December 23rd, 2025.
So moved.
Sure. Okay. Any questions on that? See none. I'll try your minds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And motion is approved unanimously. Reports. I wasn't going to go into a lot because we had a lot of discussion, but I appreciate the comment about the sidewalks. I can talk about that because I was informed this morning that on the end of the sidewalk in front of, I would say, what is that? That's a Walnut Hill and Plum Trees. The sidewalk actually wraps around the corner. It's not used very often, but there were footprints there where somebody was trying to use it. And they hadn't historically, I guess, paid much attention to that because the sidewalk ends on the other round corner and there's no sidewalk on the other side. So I instructed Park and Rec to put that in their actual plan now every time they go out and shovel. And I guess you guys got out there today and
yeah, I think they hit it with something. I know they were going to throw salt and sand.
They use the Ventrex and plowed it off, so we do appreciate it as taxpayers.
But you know, obviously that's a spot I hadn't seen they were doing it, so I appreciate it being called to my attention. As far as the getting the flashing beacons up, my understanding is we're waiting on the state right now. The state had to do some paperwork to approve it. I can look into that. It's important to understand that it's important to us, especially with what's everything going on. We don't want to get hit. At the same time, I know there's a lot going on with the state, and they've not been very responsive with some of the projects. Very, very busy. Same thing happens with everything else, Metro Rail. But I will talk to Public Works and I'll see if I can re-energize some heat under their bucket.
If I could just add one thing, it's a safety issue.
No question.
We talked about it.
Yeah.
We funded it. Put them up. If the state has a problem with it, let them explain why they have a problem with it.
I understand your sentiment.
I'm the type of guy that do something, and if it's wrong, you can always fix it.
I understand.
But if you don't do anything, you're just as guilty.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so we'll leave it at that. Old business. We have the where is it here? Okay. We have the actual appointments on there too. So all we have is the approval of the advisory commission itself. Okay. So we've been approached by, yeah. Oh, when we get to it, we haven't yet, but okay. So we were approached by Janice in economic development about establishing a downtown advisory committee. The idea is to have an opportunity to get business owners involved, people downtown, in kind of having some stake in where the downtown goes. We were also recognized by Main Street, Connecticut. We received a $5,000 grant to do a website dedicated to downtown. So with that, we needed to kind of have some sort of actual proposal in hand. And then we do have some, we don't have them on the agenda today, but we had some ideas for folks who were going to be on it.
Yes, would you like
Recommendations.
me to get it?
Do you have that? If you would, we can talk about this. Thank you. So again, I think it's pretty straightforward. I mean, I don't know if anybody, if you want to wait and talk about this further, we talked about it once. We just didn't have anything in hand. It's an ad hoc advisory committee. So it's not established by charter. It's for a specific purpose. Melanie, do you want to add anything? Because we talked a great deal about.
Right. I believe also that there was, rather than having a lot of committees floating around out there, that there was an annual reporting responsibility so that this committee is justified in existence and maybe not duplicating other committees. So as long as it's in existence, it should have an annual reporting responsibility for the Board of Selectmen. So it was supporting that website that they wanted to develop, as well as other purposes to support the business community. And I would think to include tasks that may be assigned by the Board of Selectmen as well.
Which looking at the,
How many people do they want on the committee?
there was 7.
7. And on an ad hoc committee, how long does that last?
Well, it really depends on how long. Usually it's for a definite purpose and a definite period of time. That's why I think that annual review each time, see if it continues to have a purpose there or
So
not.
every year we're able to review. And
Correct.
if other people want to come on it, you can.
Right. I don't know about the term of the members, Dan, how long they were going to serve. Wasn't sure what the
We
thought
had-
process was.
We hadn't determined what the term would be, but I would like to do a term.
Mhm.
Like when we did America 250, we didn't put a term on it because the whole thing is going to be done
Right,
in a year.
right.
But Sustainable Buffalo was created without terms. They had done terms in their plan. They never put terms in. So I think whatever we do here, we probably should plan on, a 2-year term for folks, or maybe even a year if you want. Review the people annually. 2 years is pretty good. That's,
I mean, the nice thing about a year is new businesses come in if they want to get involved.
Yeah.
And if businesses go, but
yeah, I would have no problem reporting manually.
Right.
I would say,
Wow. So worries.
I would say it's no big deal to do it annually to give other people just gives more people an opportunity to, who have a vested interest in downtown, if they want to get involved.
So I think what we do is we can make the motion to create it. But you know what, we might want to talk about the appointees on the next one.
It'd be nice to know.
Yeah.
Who some of them are.
Because I don't have as much information. I know a few of these.
And Janice isn't in the meeting, right?
Janice is on there, of course, she's our economic development person.
I mean, she's not.
She is
joining the
not,
meeting. Okay,
correct.
Right. No, she's out today. But
okay.
Aaron Ray runs the Obsidian Salon.
Yep.
Bryce Mitchell is with the Home Care, which is right across here at 155. Adrian Roberts is, what do you call it? Low Sunshine over there next to Bib, the little retail store. Catherine Hebert, of course, is our Sustainable Buffalo Chair, also has a ton of background in Norwalk and Parking Authority, et cetera. Jamie Lockwood, she is the owner of Greenwood Features. And Honora O'Neill is the owner of the bookstore,
Rainy Day
Rainy Day Paperback. Yeah, so those are all the folks, but if we want to talk about that in more detail. Okay. Do you want to hold off and do the whole thing in the next meeting, and creating, and so you have some time to look at them?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice maybe if Janice gives us a little bit of
Okay.
background, so we know. But I'm surprised there's no restaurant or food or.
I noticed there's no
We have a-
restaurant there,
we have
too.
A lot of
Yeah.
coffee shops and restaurants downtown.
Yeah.
I think that would be nice to see them represented as well. Committee.
Can I have a question?
Mhm.
How much interaction will this committee have for the chamber? Because I'm not seeing any.
Well, this was, it's a good question. This is kind of the chamber is, this is from Janice's words. We can actually talk about this on the next time when Janice is here.
Okay.
But, the chamber is an entirely different entity. It's made up of members.
Right,
So this is something that actually does something for the entire downtown, regardless of whether they're a member of the chamber.
no,
So
I
it's a-
understand.
So interaction, I'm sure they would want to talk to the chamber. But there's nothing here in the, we call the information about the advisory group, about what they are actually going to do with the chamber. Again, the chamber is a permanent private entity. This was a temporary thing to kind of pull through the Main Street Accelerator. But on our next meeting, you can talk to Janice and see what her ideas.
Okay, because I just think that,
Yeah.
yes, it's ad hoc, and yes, it is distinct from the chamber, but to have two groups kind of working in parallel lines
Mhm.
seems unproductive.
I understand. I see Janice's point though, because again, the chamber's a membership organization, so their whole plan is just to help members. They're not always doing something just to kind of help the downtown. They do that in many ways. I mean,
Right.
look at what they do with all the events and things like that. Having an advisory group, we can have that conversation with her. I don't see a bad thing instead of her just going off and doing the website and the Main Street Accelerator program on her own.
Right.
But to your point, she can give
I
it
think
to
as long as they don't try and
Yeah.
create a separate organization.
Yeah.
Like you've
Right.
seen in towns like Ridgefield had the downtown as chamber and they competed for the same funds.
Right.
Exactly.
And then they finally have molded into one group, but I have no problem with an advisory committee to help with the website as long as it stays
Yeah.
advisory. And, you know, and maybe have them look at attracting business in total, because, you know, Stony Hill's kind of becoming its own downtown now, in a sense. So again, I have no problem
Yeah.
with the committee, especially if we're getting grant money to do a website. I just think we have to be careful that it doesn't blossom into a completely separate organization that competes.
Agreed,
Right,
100%.
exactly.
Well, and the other, when they started this too, this was really under the Economic Development Commission. And part of this, they wanted to do something where they had an advisory committee to the Economic Development Commission. But if anything's created under the body politic, you know, you have to have all the other rules, with remote representation and all that. So,
Again, I have absolutely no issue with an advisory committee. I just, like I said, my fear is that I don't want to see it blossom into something else that
well, I think that's what,
creates
I
competing interests.
think
when we should be
having the annual
supporting all the
term is
businesses. Yeah,
part of that,
I
right?
think annual term is
Yeah.
good.
Okay, so we'll finish this discussion under old business in the next meeting. All right. I am going to make a motion that we add one item, a personnel discussion, at the end of new business. It will be executive session anticipated. This is not a personnel issue. The individual knows that we're going to be talking about that, but they're not here this evening, although it's their right to be here. So if you'll, I'll make a motion to add that to the agenda, after the litigation for 4850 Nashville Road.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. We're at it. Melanie, was that all in proper form?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Personal matter exception under FOI.
Right.
executive session.
And I made specific notice that the individual has the right to be here and knows we're talking about this, because that's something under FOI as well. Perfect. First up, we're looking to set the date for the annual town meeting, which is a requirement of this board every January. Right now, we're looking at April 7th, 2026 at 7 p.m. at the Bethel High School Auditorium. Any comments? I mean, Melanie, that's, we know that's in line with the voter registrar, who was actually supposed to be here, but he's not.
I may be on a cruise.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Just letting you know.
yeah, we have a very narrow window.
No, that's fine. I may be in
Okay.
the Bahamas.
So I move that we set the date of the annual town meeting for April 7th, 2026 at 7 p.m. at the Bethel High School Auditorium. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Say aye. Motion carries. Speaking of the devil, we have our voter registrar come in. Tim, we just set the annual town meeting for April 7th, 7 p.m. at Bethel High School. That's in line with what you guys were looking for, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Next up, we have, discussion for the approval of a truck for the Parks and Recreation Department from their capital plan. Would you like to step up there?
Oh, sure.
Our director, Rachel McGrath?
We are looking to replace our green F 350 truck, which is a 20. Oh my goodness, sorry. It's a 2015. It's had a very rough, 11 years. If the AC doesn't work, the front windows don't go down. There's a lot of things that need to be fixed, but Ed Hook, who's the mechanic for the town, said that a lot of the parts, because it's 10 years old now, are discontinued and very hard to get aftermarket. So, I think, my guys deserve a car that can keep them cool in the hot summers. I tried to get them a really cheap Amazon plug-in AC that didn't really last, but, I think it's time for this truck to just go to the truck graveyard.
What year is the truck again?
2015?
15? Okay. I mean, I'm very aware of the truck. I've heard stories.
Is this gonna be plowed with or no?
We don't plow,
You don't plow at all?
no. The one thing they don't do.
Now I noticed you put snowplow prep on here though.
That just gives you a heavy duty chassis alternator and it gives you clearance lights.
Just
So
so
that's, any 350 comes pretty much.
It does?
standard. Pretty much. I mean, you want the clearance lights and all that. That's how you get it.
We'll do a lot of towing and stuff. with
Gives you a
it.
bigger alternator.
Mhm.
generally.
Will this need to be outfitted with like the yellow lights and stuff?
Oh, we
Okay.
usually can do it.
Okay.
Our guys can do it with some stuff they'll buy if they need to.
Okay. Any discussion? It's been on the capital plan for a while. It's been an issue, but
Do we need to
No
get
discussion.
bids on this, or is this?
It's a state bid already for the
it's a
truck.
state contract.
Yeah.
So, that's-
Okay.
Okay. With that, I move that we approve the truck for the Parks and Recreation Department actually, I may say this back. I move that we recommend the purchase of the truck to the Board of Finance for the Parks and Recreation Department from capital non-recurring in the amount of, I'll say not to exceed $51,705.29. Second. Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion. Okay. So motion, appointments to boards and commissions. We've gone down, the list. I think I have. Different what was given to us from the Republicans. Okay. And this is what we've given this to the Democrats.
Okay, thank you.
So the, I have a list there too of, those are the ones that are up. But we're not gonna do it, necessarily do them all tonight. So I'll go through each one and we can talk about each board. America, do you want me to? Sure, yeah. So first up is America 250 Bethel, the ad hoc, commission. We had a resignation. No worries. So we had a resignation. It was, Tom Boycewicz had left that commission. It's a Democratic seat, so they recommended Nico Gordon. Nico's been around a long time, done a lot. I think he probably had a lot to offer there. Obviously, he'll be talking about trees. Any conversation there for you? Okay. Commission on Aging. The Republicans, the Democrats have given us Mary O'Leary and Patricia Smithwith. Mary's is also on the library board and has been for some time. We had recommended, the Republicans recommended, Mary O'Leary and Pat Smithwick. The Republicans recommended Kate Jordan. I had a conversation with Pat Rist. Pat Rist is extremely interested in the commission because, number one, it meets in the afternoon. She's very interested in tax issues for the seniors. So she'd be very interested in doing it. If we want to wait on that, you wanted to wait and talk about a couple of these, specifically the library board and something else. Do you want to wait on that one too and have another discussion in the next meeting? Or are we okay with Pat Rist and Pat Smithwick? So I know we're gonna punt on the library and something else on here.
I'm totally
Yeah.
good. I think they're both really qualified.
I mean, if that's where Pevers wants to go.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, and the idea for Kate Jordan is possibly the library board, but I know we want to talk about the library board last. Insurance and Pension Commission, that was a Democrat seat, that's Steve Twitchell. Constables,
do you want to make the motions as you go down?
I was gonna do it as one list.
Are you allowed to?
I think so. We've done that in the past.
Have we done
Hey,
this?
you want to do it? We can do
No, we can do
it.
commission by
Okay,
commission.
so, I make a motion that we appoint Nico Jordan to the America 250 Bethel Commission. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. For the Commission on Aging, I make a motion that we appoint Pat Rist for the Commission on Aging. Her term is 1/5/2026 to 1/7/2030, and Pat Smithwick to the same commission with the same term. Have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The Democrat seat for the Insurance and Pension Commission, it's Steve Twitchell, so I move that we appoint Steve Twitchell to the Insurance and Pension Commission for a term of 1/5/2026 to 1/7/2030.
Second.
In favor? Say aye. Constables. We were given four names. We have to have 2 Democrat, 2 Republican. I move that we appoint Richard Straighton, Constable, for the 2-year period of December 1st, 2025 to December 6th, 2027. William Duff, Constable, for the same term. Michael Vlash, Constable, for that term, and Andrew Maturo as Constable for that term.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Economic Development Commission, our current chair is back up for nomination. And we are I move we appoint Ed Tomasco for the term of February 1st, 2026 to February 1st, 2031.
Second, he's very valuable on that board.
Very valuable.
Yes.
And by the way, I misspoke, he's chair of the Insurance and Pension Commission.
Right.
Nick Vidi's our current chair there. So, with all of that, I train your minds, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. For the Housing Authority, I move that there's a Democrat seat, and I move we appoint Nancy Lobello to the Democrat seat for the Housing Authority. The term is 1/1/2024 to 1/1/2029. She's filling the term that was vacated by Janice Cosgrove. And also, Beth Cavagna. It's wrong on the sheet. She's actually unaffiliated to the Housing Authority for the term of 1/5/26 to 1/6/31. She's also our former Director of Planning and Zoning, and she's the current chair of the Housing Authority. Run second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We are going to do the library board on the next meeting.
Okay.
There's a couple of positions that we're trying to discuss whether we're going to put on there. So we have 4 people, or we have 4 openings, and we have 5 interested parties. So I think we're going to go back and look at it and revet to see where everybody goes. Parks and Recreation Commission. It's a Democrat seat. I move that we appoint Dana Shaw to Parks and Recreation for January 5th, 2026 through January 7th, 2030. Have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Public Site and Building. Public Site and Building, I move that we appoint, wait, hold on a second, let me make sure this is right. Something doesn't look right here. I got my list one. Building. All right. Yes, we're good. Sorry. For the first seat is a Democrat seat. We're filling the seat of Don Olson. For that, I move that we appoint Chris Moustakis for a term from 1/1/2024 to 1/3/2028. And then we have a new position, and I move we appoint Stan Weston for a term of 1/5/2026 to 1/7/2030. I'll make also a comment. Stan Weston is a plumber. It's one thing we don't have He's a plumber.
What's Chris Moustakis' background?
So he works, he's a teacher, he's in education. And with all the different things we have coming on board, even though they get they get a person for each project, I think it's a kind of a good opportunity to somebody, who is actually a teacher in those schools.
Really nice guy.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good.
I just have a quick question.
Yep.
You said that the person that's leaving the commission was Dave Olson?
Dave Olson resigned.
Okay.
Yep. So what happens is, if you notice the terms, he's actually, it remains a Democrat seat. So we have to put a Democrat in it.
Right, no, I
And it
understand.
also, he'll remain to the end of that term.
Yeah, understood.
Okay, with that, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye. Public utilities. We have 2 new seats on public utilities as, with the charter revision. So we have 2 former names. I'd like to make a motion that we appoint Richard Straighten to the Public Utilities Commission for a term of 1/5/2026 to 1/3/2028, and Paul Zakowski from 1/5/2026 to 1/3/2028.
Second.
I have a question.
Shoot.
Just for clarification.
Mhm.
Rich is also going to be, assuming that we vote yes. He's also going to be a constable. Is that in, is that,
There's no charter violations or anything, yeah.
okay,
There's only a few places where you can't serve on 2 things. One of them is us.
okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Okay, without trying minds, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Youth Commission. Let's see. Okay, we have 2 folks. I move that we appoint Megan O'Connor, Youth Commission, for a term of 1/5/2026 to 1/3/2028. And Thomas Boycewicz, Youth Commission, from 1/5/26 to 1/3/2028. Have a second?
Second.
Check something here. And it's, I'll make a mention, they're both Democrats because of minority representation, and the Republicans are already in until 2027, the way it broke down. So. Okay, with that, I'll try minds. All in favor, say aye. Aye, motion carries. Next up is Youth Commission alternate. I move that we appoint Kenneth Henneberry, Youth Commission alternate, from 1/6/2025 to 1/4/2027. This is filling a vacancy that has been there for some time, and I'm not sure who had it before. I'll have to look that up. And then also a new one, I should say a reappointment for a new term, is Kelly Clark as Youth Commission alternate from 1/5/2026 to 1/3/2028. Have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, let's tire your minds. All in favor, say aye. Okay, now we actually have 2 openings. One is on, well, we'll start here. The Planning and Zoning Commission. As you all know, Danny could, I was, his name. I apologize. Franklin Sorensen. He couldn't serve. So they had to do another appointment. In this case, on the alternate was Eric Brudvig. So what we'd like to do is, I move that we appoint Eric Brudvig to the Planning and Zoning Commission for a term of December 1st, 2025 to December 3rd, 2029.
Second.
Any discussion? It's a Democrat seat, so all in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Finally, on Zoning Board of Appeals alternate, Myra Drucker had resigned from that position. We have a nominee, or I move we appoint Denise Farren to the Zoning Board of Appeals alternate from December 1st, 2025 to December 3rd, 2029. Have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Okay, so what we've done is we've tabled library for now. And we'll handle that on the next.
We can find out who the 5th person interested in the library position is.
Yeah, so we have, if you look what's been given to us, we have library board directors, Mary O'Leary, John Schmicker, Sue Morton, and Rebecca Greenlee from the Democrats.
Okay.
And we have Patricia Rist and Diane Ryan from the Republican side.
Okay.
Now, Pat Rist, we just put on aging, but Kay Jordan is interested in library.
Mhm.
So those are our the folks will look at. I'll also say this, we're working to reconstitute the Cable Advisory Commission. It's a requirement from the state. We have it. It's supposed to be part of PURA and oversight to help, folks in town with cable issues. They're also instrumental in helping us get our time on the government and the community access channels. So that's something we're trying to do. So I've actually talked to Diane Ryan about that and a few other people. Talked to vacancy committee for Republicans today to see if we can find some people for that. We need, it used to be 3 people. One was a Board of Education person. Now it's 4 based on our population. So we're looking for 3 people for that at the next meeting as well. So that should wrap up the appointments after. Yeah, we'll have one more actually, because we have a Democrat seat for planning and zoning alternate. I think that's what it was. Yeah. All right. That's not what we just did. Yeah, planning and zoning alternate. We'll have a Eric Rudrick. We had to fill that seat too on the next one. Any questions that are appointments? Okay. Next up, I move that we reappoint our special counsel Zabel and Schellenberg. They have been giving a lot of support to Melanie. Anything that comes up that, time sensitive that we can't get our plate, we've been using that firm now for some time. They've been doing a great job. Melanie, we can add anything about working with the firm?
Sure. So, occasionally things come up that are really time sensitive. And so say there's a reinforcement matter that really needs attention right away, especially if we can just make going to litigation. We've used this firm. They also did a tax appeal for us recently, the first step of a tax appeal. And sometimes there's a big project that we need to do, and in particular are to revise our ordinances. So we are in a really big project now to look over our ordinances, bring them up to date with current statute. Our priority ordinances right now are fees, blight, housing, and basically enforcement. The things that if we get them in place and strengthen them and take advantage of the statutes that are out there, it really helps our land use boards and commissions, because there are several fairly new laws where you can actually put municipal liens for violation of, say, zoning fees and charges that are not paid. So somebody levies a fee and they just kind of disregard you, but put it on their property as a lien, you get a little bit more attention. So, but you have to have a ordinance in place to take advantage of those things. So we did, Dan reached out to them and they had done some of this work for other towns before, because they represent some other municipalities. So they had the ability to help us start that project along. So that's our first 5 or 6 priority ordinances we really want to jump on. And just if I were conflicted out of representing for some reason, that happens on occasion, or I was sick or something. So it's just good to have somebody almost as a standby person if there's something that needs attention. So that's the purpose. That's what they had done for our last term. They were appointed for this in the same role. So just a little bit of background. Just for you to know, Penny, there are some other councils that we have for special things. So we have a labor council. We have a law firm that does the tax lien sales. Adam Cohen, the Pullman Company. He's a real specialist at that. He's done that for the town for years and years, and he does a lot of it. So, and some people are just, they have the expertise and they have it down to a science. So it just behooves us. And we have a land use council that we use as well. So there are various people, but I have to sort of be overseeing everything that goes on in town to the best of my ability anyway, and support the departments, boards, and commissions. So there has to be someone who can write the letters that auditors need to see about our legal matters and so forth. So this team works well together. We get the support when we need it, and a specialty expertise when we need it. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. So with that, I think I made the motion, but I didn't ask for a second. Did I get a second? I move that we report special counsel for as they would. So you might have. Okay. So we have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay. I move we table the discussion 159 Greenwood Avenue. Nothing's changed. a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Table. Next up, I move that we go into executive session to have a discussion regarding 4850 Nashville Road. It's just an update on the legal matters associated with that. And we'll also have our executive session regarding the personnel matter altogether. And I move that we invite in Mary and our town attorney, Melanie O'Brien. And that is it on that. So do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. We go into executive session at 7:36.
I'll close this. Yes. See you. Take care.
All right, I'm calling the meeting back to order. Time now is 8:06 PM. Anybody in the hall to come in? We're all right away. There's nothing further to come to the board. Any
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
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 Stand adjourned. 8:07 PM.
Nice.